In life, we face many challenges, whether it is overcoming a difficult test, recovering from the loss of a loved one, falling in love, falling out of it, or neither. They all have one thing in common: resilience. No matter how you choose to conquer these obstacles, you had to steer your focus to what was going on in that specific moment and truly being in the now. Living in the moment is incredibly challenging. If you are anxious about the past or dwelling on the future, one must recognize that life is filled with both emotional and physical challenges. However, the most important obstacles in life are the ones we are faced with right now. Like Gandhi once said, the future depends on what we do in the present. Personally, I struggled with this challenge up until a few years ago. As a kid, I grew up alongside of my 101-year-old best friend. My Nana was the definition of a hero to me. A World War II nurse, playing golf her whole life, driving from Barrie to Burlington every weekend just to see me. I would never see her without a smile on her face. Although she was my dad's grandma, she treated me like her own daughter. Whether it was letting me sleep with her when I had a bad dream, regardless of the fact that I always kick her in the night, whenever I have a fight with my parents, she would always be right by my side, arguing with me, not against me. Or most importantly, teaching me the importance of not taking time for granted and living your best day every day. Her smile truly radiated a room, filling everyone around her with pure happiness, and found every way possible to live her best life. The time I spent with my Nana was beyond the brightest and most impactful moments in my life because of the lessons that she taught me. However, as life got hard and my Nana could no longer drive to me every moment that she could, and where she could no longer remember our funny jokes and memories, and where I could not see that pure, endless, amazing smile anymore, I knew that I had lost my forever best friend. As much as I wanted to hide under my bed, crying, blaming every moment that I could no longer hug her on myself, I knew that's not what she taught me to do. She taught me to fall forward and live for today. That's when I made a promise to myself that I will live every day like it was my last, just like her. As life gets difficult and you're hit with a challenge that you think will break you, one needs to recognize that each moment of breath is a moment we have right now. We have no guarantee beyond that. Living in the moment means letting go of the past and not waiting for the future. It means living your life and being aware of each moment, and each breath is a gift. Oprah Winfrey. Your past can't dictate your future unless you let it. What happened 3 seconds ago or 3 years can't be the reason you don't live every second in the now. Each day is a gift, not a given right. The future is yet to come, so instead of wasting time on a problem that may not affect you in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes on it. Rather, you can take that problem and learn from it and not make the same mistake in the future. While I tend to forget my own method of living in the moment, I always remember what my mom told me. Oh, goodness. When I'm in a struggle. Nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Although the concept of living in the now is difficult to stay connected to, I want to leave you with some tips that may help you as a reminder when you're in a struggle. Tip number 1, embrace your screw-ups. You will fail at some point in your life. You will embarrass yourself, and you will suck at something. There is no doubt about it. Well, this isn't a message that you usually hear from a speech. You have to hear it because it is inevitable. Thanos. It is okay to not do well on a test, and it is okay to miss a wide open net while everyone watches, and it is okay to send out your first all-school email and misspell the word spirit. Well, maybe that's just me. The mistakes you make in life shape the person that you are, and no one is perfect, and that's okay. If you live every day worrying about yesterday, then you can't fully appreciate what's happening right now. Obsessing over a mistake will not change the outcome. It will prevent you from pushing forward. A wise person said in their chapel speech last week, "Use failure as a tool to improve." In order to live in the moment, one needs to own up to their mistakes and embrace their failures that life threw at them. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his baseball career, the most in the history of baseball. But we don't hear about the strikeouts, we remember the home runs. Your screw-ups don't define you unless you let it. I want you to let your frustrations out, but rather than complaining about your mistakes, embrace them. If you dwell on a mistake, it will strip you from all creativity and confidence that you have. Instead, make a list on your laptop or on paper and about how you can learn from your mistakes and see your present become brighter. Tip number 2, take risks. Many of life's greatest accomplishments require going out of your comfort zone and taking risks. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Every failed experiment is a step closer to success, and to reach success, you need to take risks and try something new until you reach your goal. As some of you may already know, I am a very tall person. Kidding. I am a 5'2" bundle of love. If you know me, that would be a lie as well. However, in grade 9, the school soccer coach wouldn't have defined me as this. However, in his defense, I wouldn't have either. As I was hesitant to try out for the varsity team because of the age difference between me and the other players, I took a risk on signing up for the team. The coach told me before tryouts that he wasn't sure if he wanted me on the team because I was too short, and I was scared that I would get injured. When he told me this, I wasn't sure if I wanted to go on about how skill overpowers size, or how height doesn't measure heart, or that he hasn't even seen me play yet to make that decision, or take the joyful, blue Jolene approach and tell him in a very gentle, delicate way that if he didn't see me on the team because of my height, that would be a very uneducated decision. In the moment, I truly was broken though. But I decided to ignore what he said, strap on my 5-size soccer cleats, and hit the field. I had to take a risk in order to prove to the coach that he was wrong. Taking the risk on being rejected and trying out for the team and being on varsity in grade 9 allowed me to push outside of my comfort zone and help me learn from failure in order to make the team. While living your life to the fullest, you can't be afraid of failure and taking risks. If you take risks and put yourself out on the line, you can create a whole new set of opportunities for the future. You might achieve what you originally set out to do, but you also may unlock doors that you haven't even considered. I don't know Wayne Gretzky that well, but I do know Michael Scott from The Office, and he said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Take a risk on an opportunity that you may not have tomorrow. Step out of your comfort zone, take risks, and don't be afraid of being rejected. And finally, tip number 3. Life is filled with amazing attributes and opportunities. The moments you experience right now is the only moment you can truly control. You can choose to enjoy the moment, or you can choose to ignore it completely and waste it away. But either way, the present moment is in your control, and it is all up to you. Embrace every second like it's your last. Put down your phone and look forward. take a hike, and watch the sunset, but be present, because in the end, why not? You can blame it on the evolution of the brain's ability to multitask, or the fact that the pace of our society leaves us no choice but to do a constant mental juggle. But when you finally focus on the time you have now, rather than 100 other things going on, you can see how magical life truly is. And I believe we all take that concept for granted. How often do we exhaust ourselves emotionally and physically by overanalyzing everything? I do. We replay scenes in our imaginations on what we should have said in that awkward conversation we had with that guy or girl that we like. Or we analyze our friends and our family's behaviors because we worry about them. We worry about what will happen the next day at school or what will be served in the dining hall. But let's face it, overanalyzing takes up a lot of time and energy. However, when we become present, we stop letting our imaginations get carried away with worry. Life is always working in our favor, even if we have to experience some pain and heartbreaks along the way. So live for the now and dream about tomorrow. I want you to dream about the future, but work hard for today. Dream big, set goals, and plan for the future. Working hard today is always the first step towards realizing your dreams for tomorrow. Don't allow dreaming for tomorrow replace living in the moment. Dreaming about the future is only productive when combined with actions taken right now. Nelson Mandela once said, "There's no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you are capable of living." Life is truly short. Yes, I know we hear this a lot, but it really is. So why waste it? One must do something today that they didn't get to do yesterday because they were truly in the moment. The life you choose to live is your life, not the person sitting next to you, not your best friends, not your parents. It is yours. You are given a present every day, 24 hours, 1,440 minutes, and 8,006,400 seconds. That's the most math I did all year. So why waste it? Fill every moment with endless smiles, new beginnings, and never-ending memories. I want you to use every pixel of time that you are given as a moment that you will never forget. In those moments, you are truly living in the now. And that's how you can live life to its fullest potential. As Cookie Monster would say, today I will live in the moment, unless it's unpleasant, in which I will eat a cookie. Okay, so what now? I challenge everyone in this chapel to start living in the moment and not waste your life, because no one is going to live it for you. Take advantage of what you have right now in front of you, embrace your screw-ups, take risks, and be in the present. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why it's called the present, Master Shifu. I'm not standing up here. I'm not standing up here trying to be the next Ava, Josie, or Avery. I am going to be the first Jolene, because in the end, the past doesn't define me unless I let it. Now, can you please rise and join me on singing Hymn 401?